Hi everybody, it's Paul Newman for the Atlantic Candlepin Signals Tour, coming to you from Ryan's Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts, with a South Conference C-class matchup between the visiting bowler Peter Janton versus on the left versus in the red shirt versus Mark Van Heynigan in the right. This match has postseason implications, which I'll get to as the bowling gets underway. I'm not going to keep the bowlers waiting too much longer, so we're ready to go. Peter's going to begin on alley 9. They're using alleys 9 and 10 today here at Ryan's Buzzards Bay. You got to hit stop the practice. It's number 5. The next ball is live. So let me just say in the beginning, right up front, Peter is currently the 5th seed in the C flight of, I don't know if I said D or A or whatever. This is the C flight. Full on the head pin. That pin bounced. Almost had a spread eagle, but he leaves the, what is that, the 3, is that the 3? No, the 2, 610 with wood. Pete goes left, takes out the 2. He's the 5th seed currently in the C flight. 16 points over Matt DePiro. $10 for Pete. He's got 2 matches remaining. He's trailing Bryan Surprise for lead in his division. If he can get 20 points in these next 2 matches, he will overtake Bryan and he will claim the number 2 seed in the South C conference. So he's looking to take as many as he can. He's at 144 and 69 with a 111 average. All right, he had the 5 pins left. Chops out the 9 pin. And he gets a $7. So after 2, he's at 17. This looked like a great pocket hit. He left the 6, 7, 8, 9 with wood. This is it's a tough shot, but it could go. Played outside the 6 pin with that wood. And he was full in the 7 pin. That was a pretty good shot. You had to go a little bit more outside that to have a chance at it. And he yanked that one left. He's taking $8, so he's at 25 for 3. The scoreboard is in view. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, you folks can see it out there, but it'd be nice if you could. I wish I could get a close-up of that without obscuring the approach. Quarter hit leaves the 1, 2, 4. Yank that left. He'll have that for his 10. And he gets the 2 to go off the wall. Exactly. So now it's how many. That's his second 10 of the match. He's still looking for his first mark. Very light of the head pin. He got a good drop there. That's the 3, 5, 10. A little piece of wood. As long as he hits the 3 pin, he's got a good chance of making this. And there it goes. These bowlers make me look good. So Pete sits with 45 plus a ball after 5, and up steps Mark Van Heynigan, who's the home bowler. This is Mark's last match. Right now he's the 7th seed. 5 points over Who is that? Can't read my own writing. Mark starts with a 6 marks. Oh, Danny Finn. Sorry, Dan. Nice easy ball there, and he left the 5-pin. So Mark's 5 points leading Danny Finn. I don't think Danny has any matches left. He better not, because he's getting on all of us to finish ours. So 10 marks for Mark. So Mark's magic number is 9. If Mark takes 9 points to here, he'll guarantee himself the 7th seed. Oh, maybe Danny does that. Okay, Danny's the 8th seed, I guess, is what it's going on. So Danny could catch Mark, unless Mark gets 9. I think Mark's might have clinched a position in the C flight. Not 100% certain about that. Mark goes left of the head pin, leaves the 4 horsemen right. Anyway, it's close. Both bowlers want to get as many points as they can. Outside, leaves the 6-pin. Again, the ACST format is each string is worth 2 points. If the bowl is tied, they split the 2 points. If total pinfall is worth 4 points. And again, if bowl is tied, they split the 4 points. And that's happened a couple times in the ACST. We've had ties for total pinfall and many ties for strings. Light on the 1-3 pocket, he leaves the 2-5-8 with some wood in the back there behind the 2. Should help him. Unless you miss it. Miss the object. Okay, Mark will settle for a 9. So he's at 29 after 3. Leading the string by 4 pins through completed boxes. Just catches the head pin, leaves the cluster of 5 on the right and the 7 pin on the left with some wood that we'll see how it reacts. You never know. Kind of at a weird angle. We had everything but the 7. That was a nice out. 38 through 4. And he's opposite a spare in the 5th box. Hammers the 1-3 pocket and leaves the 4-10 split with a little bit of wood that's, I don't know if it's still rolling. It's stopped. I don't think he's going to use it. Nope. What a try. What an effort. That went right behind the 10. I couldn't have missed by much. So Mark will finish his 5 without a mark. But he can pin. That's his 3rd 10.
It's a fun house.
It's a pretty good start with no marks. It's 48. Left 2 pins on the deck. So Pete's down 3, but he has a ball here. And he's over on alley 10. Just off the head pin, and he drops 8. He'll like that, Phil. So he's at the 53 half, so he's leading the match by 5 pins. And there's a spare leave here. He's solid on the head pin. I think the 3 pin is still rocking from the first ball. And there's a 10 for Peter. Tens are good. Just third 10 of the string to go along with the spare. 63 through 6. Halfway to the right. He makes that. Alley 10 been very, very good to Pete. It's always nice to make an 8-pin spare. It takes the sting out of the first ball. Quarter hit, he'll settle for 4. It brings him to 77 through 7. Heavy on the head pin. Chops out 3. Let's get this for his 10. And he went by it. So now he's at 84 through 8. He chops out the 6 pin. He's getting closer to the head pin. He's got the 4 horsemen left with the 9 pin. No wood. Worked his way to the head pin. Each ball got closer. 9 drop. 93 with a box left. I'm sure he'd love to put one in the end there. A decent fill to put some pressure on Mark. A little heavy with a 3 and 2 split. Looks like Mr. Van Heynigan will need at least 1 mark. I can't say Mark needs a mark. I'll be saying that all day. Just missed the object pin, so he's gonna have 100 low, something in the low hundreds. And he'll settle for an 8 for a 101. So Mark's at 48. He needs 53 to tie, 54 to win. With good pinning, 1 small mark will do it. And I can't keep saying Mark needs a mark like I was saying. It sounds silly after a while. It's like when you do a match with Phil Clough. Phil gets an 8 on a Phil. It's, you know, it sounds weird after a while. Think of a different way of saying that. Mark quarter hits, leaves 4, sorry. 1, 3, 6, 8. A piece of wood that could be helpful. You drop that ball. Everything but the head pin. And that's another 10. That's his 4th 10 of the match. Peter had 2 spares and 3 10s. Full in the head pin. Is he going to get the 6 to go? Nope. But the wood setup. I think he can play this inside the 2 pin or outside the 2 pin, and I think that the wood is going to be helpful either situation. Nice shot there. It's Mark's first spare of the match. He's at 68 and a ball. Peter's at 77 through 7, so 9 drop, tie it up. Came in very light on that 1-3 pocket, and he took 4 out, so he's at 72. And Peter finished with a 101. Mark can win the match, win the string, excuse me, with if he makes 10s all the way in. And that made it more difficult right there. Chopped out the 2-pin. That happens a lot on the first ball. Not a lot, but it happens, and we're always surprised by it. And he settles for a 6 box there. So he's at 78 through 8. Now he needs a mark. I'm trying to think of a way to say it otherwise. Well, he needs a spare or a strike. And a 9 drop, full in the head pin, a splash 9. This could be a 10. This could go. Almost. All right, so he has this for a spare. He's going to wait for the wood to settle. I'm going to be careful of the cap on the right side. And that's what he hit. Hit the cap on the right, and ball went around the pin, and the pin didn't, wood didn't take it. He picks up his 10. That's his 5th 10 of the string. He's not going to be happy with that. I think in a situation like that, and he went right at the pin, I think he probably wishes he went for the wood. Full on the head pin, he gets an extra pin, but he still has, what's that, the 3, 4, 7. Very difficult. It's not impossible, but it's a very low percentage. And he misses it to the right, so Peter Janton's going to win string number 1. With a 101. While Mark takes a 9 for a 97. And it came down to pinning for Mark. He left 7 pins on the deck to Peter's 8. So both bowlers suffered from pinning issues.
I think it's back at 9. Okay. Yeah.
Mark. Excuse me, Mark.
Oh.
A little light on the 1-3 pocket. He leaves the diamond left. All right. Well, we'll get Rob. Get Rob to move it over.
Yeah, finish the box.
No, you can get Rob to move it on now, and then we'll finish it, and we'll edit it. And you can keep bowling. Yeah. He's got a line there. Oh boy. So Peter goes by the diamond. And he makes his 10. Pete, I'll keep it on paper until we get it switched over, and then we'll just play catch up. We have a problem with the scoreboard where the score is shifted from 9 to 10 when they switched to 10, but they haven't switched back to 9, so we'll get that squared away. And I'm not going to have Peter have to wait to do that. We'll just keep bowling. I'll keep it on paper, and we'll play catch up. That way the bowlers can maintain a rhythm. I mean, it's not like the lanes are malfunctioning. It's not a lane issue. It's a scoreboard issue. Peter will have this for his 10, but he'll settle for a 9, I'm sure. And Can't be unhappy with that. That's a 9, so he's at 19 through 2.
He said he doesn't have it.
Okay, so you can do it just go over here and do it manually.
Okay.
Just go in 10, and Mark, you have to do it.
Okay.
Don't make Peter do it.
All right. So.
Yeah, just do every box until we go back. So.
Okay. What was the first box?
10 bucks. So give it to him in any denomination. It's just a 10. Yeah.
All right. Let's go with I got a $7.
This is going to be ridiculous. I don't understand. He says he doesn't have it. A 9 bucks.
9? Okay.
He says he can't. It's like a league. It's like a league thing. Well, hit score correct again and get ready to keep score. Mark, you gotta get ready to keep score now. Strike. Mark.
Oh,
Shoot what?
wrong side.
We know that.
Okay.
You gotta keep score. That's why we said switch it to alley 10.
Okay.
Can you go back and ask him if he can do it?
I was asking him to make the score, though.
All right, so Peter's first ball drops 5. I think there was a misunderstanding between the bowler and the desk, and they said they couldn't switch they can. He just. All right, that'll be a 9 fill for Pete on the strike. And a 10 box. Pete's finding the range this string. He's his own scorekeeper right now. Just put like 7-2. So that'll give you your 9. It's not accurate, but whatever. And then a 1. You got to make it a 10 box. Yep, and that'll give you 48 through 4, I believe. Yep. Yep. Just a pain in the neck. The score's right. It's just a pain. He'll fix it. They'll figure it out. There we go. Good effort there. Leaves everything but takes everything with the 5-pin. And on the TV to the right of me, we've got the Cavaliers Celtics game from last night. I don't want to watch that again. I want to watch the bowling. 9 bucks for Pete. So that's a good start for Peter. It's 57 through 5. And Mark has a 9 drop. Couldn't get the 6-pin to fall into a 5. You get the 35. I think he's a little worried about the wood, but I don't think he needs to be. I think if he hits it anywhere, it goes. Yeah, that was solid. Just off the hairpin, he leaves the 4 horsemen right. A little full on the headpin. He got the 1-3, but he left the 6-10. And a 10 from Mark. 6th 10 of the match. In the first string, Peter had 2 spares and 3 10s. Mark had 1 spare and 5 10s. Couldn't get it to come back to the headpin. He leaves the 3, starting with the headpin with the 6-10. Makeable, but not easy. And he got everything but the 10 pin. But he's got some wood rolling. I don't think it's going to get there. No, that's... Nope. All right, so he's got this for his 10. I'll give you the score in a second. All right, he misses the 10, so he's at 35. Through 3, he's behind in this string by 3 pins. And in the match, he's behind by 7. Very full on the headpin. Almost a spread eagle, but he got the 7 to go. He's trying to figure out a way to make this spare, but sometimes you just have to take your medicine and go for a 10. Or as many pins as you can get. And a 6 bucks. 41 through 4. So he's down 7 in the string. Not every spare is realistically makeable. And there's a good ball. Nice and light on the head pin. They keep falling. He leaves the triangle on the left side. I think that's the, what's that, the 4-7-8. He's got some wood that's not predictable. Could help, could hinder. Mark should be used to this. He bowls here. This is his home house, as it's mine as well. And the wood was a roadblock to the 8. And he picks up the 10 for a 51, so he'll be down 6 in the string. And we've got the scoreboard switching properly. A little misunderstanding there in the beginning, but now we've got it squared away. Yeah. All is well. Oh, yeah. Mark. That's exactly what happened, Mark. $9 for Pete. 66 through 6 strings boxes. Excuse me. I think what happened when we started the second string, we didn't alert alley 10 that we were starting, So the scoreboard didn't switch over. I thought it was a desk issue. It was not. All right, so Pete has this cluster of 6 to go. And a nice 10 there. So that's Pete's third 10 of the string. He's at 76 through 7. Big hit. Goes wide right. Misses it again. 85 through 8. Big head pin hit. Everything but the 6 pin. The wood is rolling off. And he makes that one. So that's, oops. So that's his first spare of the string. Third of the match. He's at 95 plus a ball. He knew that as soon as he let it go. Off the head pin, half look to the right. 97. Chops out the 2 pin by itself. Takes out 2 more, so he settles for a 5 box, and that'll be a 102 for a total of 203. Mark Van Heynigan at 51 needs 51 to tie the second string. It's a close match. Peter won the first string by 4. This one's going to be close as well, unless Mark puts a string of spares or strikes together. First ball leaves the 5-7 split. Got some wood that makes it a little bit easier. The wood on the left does. Drop that. Hit the 5, couldn't get it over to the wood. So he's got this for his 10. And that's good. Mark's not sure, but I am. Hit the wood that was on the deck. On the plate. So Mark's at 61 through 6. He's down 5 in this string. And his ball came in too heavy on the head pin. He's got the 3 and 2 split. That's a good ball. Oh, came back. Chopped out the 3. Mark will be looking to make an 8 box here. Minimize the damage. and he'll have to settle for a 6. Couldn't get it to the head pin. He leaves the 4 horseman left. That's the head pin. And he missed it again. That's another 8 marks. 75. Through 8. Needs to get to 103 to win the string. Just takes a big mark. Mark with a big fill and a 10 marks to do it. And he leaves the 1-2. He got some action there. And psychologically, he's going to want to make this shot. If he misses it, puts a lot of pressure on him for the 10 marks. And he just missed the head pin, but I've seen Mark needing a strike or a spare in the 10th, and he gets him in league. He's going to have to do that here. 10 bucks. It's his 4th of the string, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 4th 10 to go along with 1 spare. He needs 17 to tie, 18 to win. Drop that ball a little bit. He leaves the 4 horseman left along with the 9 pin with some wood. Makes it a little bit easier. Outside, a little heavy. So Peter Janton is going to win string number 2. It gives him a 4-0 lead in points. Mark chops out the 4 pin for a 9. He has a 94. Peter Janton's at 203. Mark Van Heynigan is at 191. So after 2, Peter's up 12. And he's leading. All right, I don't know, you got to press 2. I don't know what's going on here.
Already pressed.
You pressed them on both sides?
I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, it does, because you're going to have to manually enter scores in every time, and it's a pain.
Switches to 9 then?
Well, switch the score to 9, yeah. What's that, Pete? You were going to suggest? You know, I would just say bowl on 10 the whole way. If they can't, at the desk, if they can't get the scores to switch, they can though. We do it in league all the time. But with league though, you have a team on each side. Now it's not seeing another team. Maybe it's not, the AI is not seeing it. We'll see what Mark wants to do when he comes back. Maybe we'll stay on 10. I'm gonna.
Start at 10 and come back.
I think my suggestion is I'm not bowling. It'd be bowl on 10. Just bowl on 10 the whole way. What difference? What you don't really need 2 alleys. There's only one of yous up at a time. Let me go talk to Mark. He's in line waiting for. I don't want this delay to go on much longer. So hang on 1 second. I'll be right back.
We switch it to 10 only.
All right, so we've agreed that we're gonna complete the match entirely on lane 10. There's really no need to use two alleys with one bowler up at a time. In my opinion, 10's the faster alley of the two. 9 drop for Pete to start the third string, and he's got the 6 pin. And he's made it again. Made it. That's twice in a row. So Pete starts the third string with a spare. Quarter hit for Pete. He drops 6. And he makes the spare. Split the 1-3 nicely. So Pete's at 26 in a ball through 2. You let that one go right to Phil. Catches the 3 pin. That's a good out. Has the 1-9 for his 10. And that'll be a 9 box. The second string, Peter left 8 pins on the deck. Mark left 11. It's uncharacteristic for Mark. He had 1 spare and 4 10s. Mark did. Peter had 2 strikes, a spare, and 3 10s. Big hit. That's going to be a strike. It's a strike in the 4th for Peter Janton. He's at 47 plus 2 balls. People think this house is slow. I do not. Especially this alley 10. Get it going here. He scared the 6 pin down there. So he leaves the 2, 3, 4, 10. And he finds the hole, so that'll be a 6 fill on his strike. For 53 through 4. And he settled for an 8 box, so he's at 61 through 5. That's a good half is right, Mark. Yep. So Peter's up 12 in the match with a 61 half to begin the third. And Mark's going to have to get it going here. Again, full in the head pin, but he got a break. So he's got the 2, 4, 7 to 8 with no wood. It's not an easy shot. Plays it outside. That was a nice try. Couldn't get the 4 to go. Sometimes you have to almost punch that. Punch the 2-8 and hope for some carry. He'll settle for a 10. Solid head pin hit, solid pocket hit, leaves the 7 pin with no wood. Unless you count the wood on the right, I don't. Mark will go right at it, I know Mark. Right on it. No surprise. Okay, so Mark's at 20 plus a ball. Excuse me. All right. Let's take some of the pressure off Mark. He's going to need a big fill here. Good ball. Oh my goodness. Dropped out a little. That's a 1-2. That's a, oh, the 10 went, so that's the 1-2-10. Plays it way outside, and that's a pretty good out. Well, that's a really difficult spare. So you should be thinking 10, and now he has a good shot at a 10. 10 for Mark. It's a second 10 of the string to go along with the spare. So he's at 33. Through 3, he's down 4 in the string. Opposite a strike, so he needs a couple marks here to keep pace. Full on the head pin, but he gets not enough. The 3-pin was rocking, but he's got enough wood there, though. He can play it either side, and the ball might carry, or the pin, and it went over the wood. Good effort. So he's got this for his 10. And another 10 bucks. All right. Pete's again at 61 through 5. Mark's at 43 through 4. A spare or a strike here would do wonders for his outlook. Big hit on the 1-2 pocket. He leaves the triangle right. That's the 6-9-10 with a little piece of wood that. All right, he could play the 6-pin on either side, inside or outside, and take the triangle out. Got the cap of the wood. Settle for an 8. So Pete Janton gets up to finish his third string with a 10-pin lead in the string and a 22-pin lead in the match. Again, Peter needs 20 points in his last 2 matches to win his division. And Mark's hanging on to the 7th seed. He leaves everything, drops everything but the head pin. And he goes by it. And he shaves it down. There's Pete's first 10 of the match. String, pardon me. Pinning okay, he's only left 1 pin on the deck through 6 boxes here. That's not accurate. I'm sorry. He's left 2 on the deck. Half horse to right. Try to play it outside and just a little light, very light. We'll settle for an 8 box here. He's going to have to settle for a 6. So he's a 77 through 7. Light in the 1-3 pocket. He leaves the 2-4-7. The wood should not come into play. Well, actually, it could have helped him, but it didn't. Oops. Peter has the 4-pin for his 10. And he goes by it. So now he's at 86 through 8. Mark Van Heynigan's going to need some spares and strikes to claw back into this match. It's pretty close. It's almost a half Worcester again for Pete, but he got the 6-pin to go along with it, so he's got this for a spare. 7-pin spare. In the hole. If Mark can put together some spares and strikes in his half, he can claw his way back into this match, win the string. 4 bucks for Pete. That's there's 90 through 9. And since Mark is only down 12 after 2, it's possible that he could cut into that a little bit. Worcester left. Peter's having trouble at the end of his strings. Finish closing out. He looks like he's on his way to a good hit there. And he looks like he's on his way to a 110, 115 string, and he ends up something in the low hundreds. It's the 3rd time in a row. He's not going to hit 100 here. 98. So Pete's at 301 through 3. And Mark is in a situation now where he does not need a spare or a strike to overtake Peter in the string. Of course, he'd like them. Light in the 1-2 pocket. He leaves the 5-6. Nope, wait a minute. Well, okay. So he leaves the 5-10. We've got some late action there. And he's got some favorable wood here. Yeah, he needed to catch the wood and the 5-pin simultaneously for that to go. And he just misses that for his 9. Peter Janton left 9 pins on the deck, his first in this string. Mark has left 3 so far. Misses the head pin with the 179. 1 would be okay, 2 would be wonderful, 3 would be amazing. He'll take 2. So he's at 69 now through 7. Crossed over to the left side and they have the head pin. He's just going to fall. Nope. 7 drop. He loves the 1-3-6 for his spare. Too far to the right. got the head pin for a 10. And he made it. That's his fourth 10 of the string. Excuse me, he's at 79 through 8. He needs 2 10s to win. And he dropped that ball. 4 drop. Very light on the head pin, but all right. He's got a choice to make here. Does he go way down low right to go for the 10? Does he go left to get the short 2? I'd play the wood in the middle of this situation. And he did, and he got no luck. So now Mark needs a spare or a strike. To win this string. He's at 87 through 9, I'm sorry. He's chasing a 98. The ball came back, very light on the head pin. That's a good leave. I would take 10 of those. Give me 10 of those leaves per string. I'll make half of them. And Mark makes it, catches the end of the wood, gave himself some palpitations. Second spare of the string, and he needs 2 pins to win. He's going to want to get as many as he can. I'd love a 10 drop. Cut into total. As I said, it's close. That's the best ball he's thrown all day, I think. That's a 7. Oh, is it a 7? Yes, it is. So that's a 7 for a 104. So Mark is now at 295 to Peter Janton's 301. Mark wins 2 points there. And he cuts into Peter's lead from 12 pins to 6 pins after 3 strings. Heavy on the head pin, and he got some extra action. Leaves the 3, 7, 9, 10 with wood.
Messed it up. Good shot.
And he makes a spare. Great shot. I'm going to show you the scores in case you haven't been listening to me. I don't know if you can see that. Yep. So Pete begins his 4th string with a spare. That's the way it's been going for him. He's had really good first halves and disappointing second halves. He's going to want to turn that around. Well, not that he wants a disappointing first half, but he wants to have good second halves. Is the 10 going to go? Nope, 4 fill. And he goes wide right, takes nothing. That was Peter's 6th spare of the match to go along with 2 strikes. And that's a good out. That's a 9, 23. And he also has 7 10s. Mark has 4 spares. And he has a lot of 10s. I'd say he's got 13 10s. Peter went left of the head pin there, and he has the 4 horsemen right along with the 7-9. He split the 1-3 nicely when he leaves the corners. Yeah, inexplicable. That's bowling. That's Candlepin bowling. The game we love. 9 barks for Peter. He's at 32. 3-3. Big hit. Push. Will it fall? You know, that's weird. I think that if that was the 10 pin, it would have fallen. For some reason, that spot on this lane, the 10 pin, they fall easier. The 7 pin. And he just caught the end of the wood for his second spare of the string. So he's at 42 plus a ball through 4. Big hit. Almost the exact type of pinfall. Big 9 drop, big fill. 7 with wood, and he made it. Third spare of the half for Pete. He's at 61 and a ball. Again, he's had some good first halves. He's going to want to keep it going. Mark is going to want to try to keep pace. And he crosses over and hits the 2 pin, chops out 4. Drop that one a little bit. Leaves the 1-9. And a 9. Very light on the head pin. That's an odd configuration. Okay, let's figure this out. The 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can go. Object pin is a 3 pin. And he just missed it. So last string, Mark left 6 pins on the deck, which is more like it for him. He had 11 the string before that left. Peter had 9 pins left on the deck. Mark went by the 3 pin again, and he'll settle for a 7. Good first ball there, leaves a triangle left with the 2 pin as the object. And off the wall it goes. First spare of the string. That's his 5th spare of the match. Seems a bit low. But given that he's got a 295 after 3, it's probably accurate. Pretty sure it is. Oops. Pardon me. want that to get up a little, and it did. 9 drop. Great fill. So we get 35 through 3. These opposite 2 spears. This is almost a must make. And he bears down and makes it. Another good first ball. Mark's got it going here in this half. Leaves the 5-7 with wood that's not angled optimally. Could get fancy and go way right and cap it and try to slide that over into the 7, but it's not a high percentage. That's the smart play. Go for the 10. Another 10 for Mark. That's a good half for Mark. It's his first 10 of the string. So he's at 63 through 5. So that's a good answer. Pete's down 2, but he has a ball in hand. And Peter avoids the half Worcester, and he'll take 5. So he's at 66 through 5. He's up 3 in the string. And now he's up 9 in the match. It's very close. And he split the 1-2, and he got the 9 to go, or the 8 to go. He deserved it. It's not Millis. If it was Millis, that would have went at like 1. So that's Pete's 4th spear of the string. Big head pin hit. And here's the 10 pin, the easy 10. A strike on spare. Needs to be fixed. That's Pete's 3rd strike of the match. And now Pete's at 96. Plus 2 balls through 7. And Mark Van Heynigan has his work cut out for him. Pete's throwing a good ball now. Double strike. Hammer time. That looked like it might have been a short rack if they went down so quickly, but no. I'm sure they went 10. It was only a matter of time. These 2 guys, they average, like I said, Peter averages 111, Mark averages 106. And they can put some big strings together, right? It's been a low-scoring event up until today, up until this string. And he went wide right. So 23 on the first strike. He's at 109 through 7. And he's at 119 plus this fill coming up in the 8th. Misses the head pin again, so we give him 8. So he's at 127 through 8. And a 10 box. First 10 of the string. But he's got 1 strike and 4 spares. He's at 137 through 9. Yeah, this is a big string for Buzzards Bay. Just off the head pin. Leaves the 1-3-10. Just missed the head pin. rocked a little bit, but I think that was vibrations from the pin hitting the 3. And he finishes with a 10 for a 147. That was a good string, obviously. Peter left.
All I gotta do is beat the life of the best by 5 pins. That's all.
Peter only left 2 pins on the deck that string. That's excellent. So Mark needs, what does he need? He needs 37 plus 47, 84 to tie, and 84 half. No pressure. All right, light on the head pin, leaves that cluster of 5 on the left. Dropped it, he played it way outside the 5, got everything but the 2. I've seen that go back door, he didn't get all the luck. And a 10 box, 10s are good, but Mark needs spares and strikes, he knows that. Big hit, everything but the 8 pin. Peter went from 301 to 448. So he went from an anemic 3-string score to a very respectable 4-string score. And Mark, that was uncharacteristic. Yeah, the lumberyard to the right, all of it was good, and he got a little too cute, I think. He tried to play the pin, and I think he's worried about that. I don't know why. I think that wood's frozen. But he might see something different. He's closer to it. So he'll settle for a 9. I think that might be due to inexperience. Mark's it converted 10-pin bowler. And he's seen a lot of weird things happen in Candlepin wood, but I think that one was one that he let get away. Heavy on the head pin. Eight box. So Mark's at 90 for 8. He's having a decent string, but obviously not good enough. Misses the head pin right. He leaves the cluster of 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. Beautiful shot. It's the way you hit those, nice and full. All right, so Mark has his 3rd spare of the string. He's going to want to put an 8, 9, or 10 on this and with another mark just to cut into the total lead. There's a good ball. And he'll settle for 7. Difficult spare lead. He's at 107 through 9. Oh, yanked it left. And at 8 bucks. So Mark's going to finish with a 115. So he's at 410. Pete's lead is now 38 pins. Mark had 3 spares in that last string. Peter had 4 spares and a strike and 2 tens. Pete's off the head pin. Got a little extra. Yeah. Mark. All right. So he's got the 1, 7, 9, 10. And he shaved it. I didn't think he hit it, and it went. He hit that well. I don't know what he's surprised about. That was a good hit. You want to get that 10 pin, the head pin in motion, because the ball can't take out everything. And nice spare. And he hits the 2 pin, drops 5, an odd cluster, the 1, 5, 6, 9, 10, with some wood. And he goes wide left. And there it was. 10 bucks, 25 through 2. Wide left, quarter hit, 129. And he chops out the 1. And he'll settle for a 9. So he's at 34 through 3. Chops out 3 there. Leaves the 110. Wood's going to roll back off the deck. And a 9 bucks. Leaves the inverse triangle, the 5, 6, 9. It's makeable, believe it or not. Cut the 5 into the 9 and have it fall back into the 6, or vice versa. Start with the 6. Instead, he went inside and he's going for his 10, which is okay. Good 10 bucks. Not every shot has to be made. You'd like to, but 10's better than 9, so we play it that way. 53 through 5. Up steps Mark Van Heynigan in the string number 5. He's down 6 points to 2 and 38 pins in total. It's a big lead, but it's not insurmountable. But he's got to get it going soon. That's a spare lead, makeable. The 4 horseman right with the 9 pin. And Wood, he splits the 1-3, it should go. And there it was. Good start. He needs to throw that ball right here. Keep throwing that same first ball into the 1-3 pocket. His ball breaks right to left. And he'll do damage. Couldn't quite get it back to the head pin. That's a 4 fill. Outside, had the right idea, but just a little light. And a good out. That's a 9 for 23. Let me just recap. Through 4 strings, Peter Janton has left, by my count, 27 pins on the deck. Mark Van Heynigan has left 34 on the deck. And that's uncharacteristically high for Mark. I haven't seen enough of Peter to know if that's good, bad, or average for him. But the last string he only left 2 on. That's good by any measure. So. Then Mark runs down the 4 horsemen for his second spare of the string. I keep saying match, or I keep wanting to say match. You have like every string's a match, but no, it's no. All right. So that's a good first ball right there. He could throw or hit the 1-3 pocket. He needs to hit the head pin. No, he left the 4 horsemen left with the 8 pin. If he splits the 1-2, this should go. And he goes by the head pin. He's got the head pin for his 10. And he made it. All right, well, that's Mark's third 10 of the string. No, it's not. No, sorry. Peter had 2 10s. His first 10 of the string. So again, he leaves the 5-10 split. 10 wanted to fall, but didn't. So, barring we'll wait and see what he does. And he tried to cut it over. He sent it in that direction, but he's got this for his 10. So Mark's going to have a slim lead after 5 in the 5th string. 9 marks. 57 through 5 for Mark. 53 for Peter. I'll give you a brief recap here. Peter has 3 strikes in the match. Mark has 0. Peter has 1, 2. I'm sorry. Chops out 3. Peter has 2, 3, 5, 9, 10 spares in the match to Mark's 9. Everything but the 7 pin. Peter has 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 10s. And that's no good. That's a 9 to Mark's 15 10s. That double strike in the 4th string was huge. I would say that's the difference in the match. Heavy on the head pin, he gets with the splash drop, and it's a decent 8 drop. The 4-7, no wood. plays it outside and gets it to go. That's his second spare of the string. So he's at 72 plus this ball. And 7, 8, 9, 10. Another strike. It'll look like one of my strikes. Take forever to fall. So he's at 92 plus 2 balls in the 8th box. Mark's going to have to dig deep in his second half to salvage 2 more points here. 6 drop on his first ball. Maybe the 1, 2, 7, 10. And he's full in the head pin. That'll be a 7 drop, 7 fill, excuse me, 99 through 8. And a 7 box. $106 through 9. Heavy on the head pin. This spread eagle minus the 10 pin. Chops out 1. Takes out 2 more for a 114 finish. For a 562 total. Not terrible. Left 8 pins on the deck. That's for the up steps Mark Van Heynigan with a 57. So Mark needs 58 pins to win the string. Good head pin hit. Leaves the diamond along with the 10. Look good. Let's get this for his 10 and settle for a 9, because what he needs are spares and strikes. He's staying away from bad boxes. 9 it is. So he's at 66 through 6. Just know he needs at least 2 marks, I would say. So extra action there. He leaves the 2-5 with some helpful wood. Object pin is the 2 pin, but he might be able to get away with hitting the 5 and having the wood spin into it, but that's not the way to play it. But he got it that way.
Yeah.
Mark wants to know how it went. I'll just tell him listen to the broadcast and he'll know. Or watch the broadcast. But listen. All right, spare on the 7th. Light on the head pin. 2 pin, I love when that happens. You hit it very light and 9 pins go down like 1 all at once, and it leaves him this for a spare. And he moved over to the left. I don't know why he did that. His ball goes right to left, and he missed it left. He showed he could miss it on the other side this time too. Okay, so that's a 9 marks. He's at 94. So he needs 2 10s to tie. He needs his second mark of the half to win. Light on the head pin, but they're still falling. All right, he's got some. Oh, I don't think he wanted that to go. I wouldn't have. But the wood hung around, so yeah, it's the same shot. He needs. Oh, no, it's not. Well, it's close enough to the by the angle to the 2 pin. So if he catches the 2 pin, and he just missed it again, he moved over to the left to make that shot. And I would not have advised that, but it's none of my business.
Oh.
Okay, so it wasn't there.
Wow.
102 through 9, chasing a 114. Okay, this is it for the string. He needs this. This is the 3-5. He's got wood. He's got to hit the object pin here, I would think. And he missed it.
There's the season.
So there it is. He's going to finish with 2 points. Peter Janton's going to take 12. That's where he needed to hit it. That's a 10 for Mark. So Mark finishes with that string with a 112 for a 522. Peter Janton wins the match 562 to 522. Again, taking 12 to Mark Van Heynigan's 2. Watch the Google spreadsheet to see how this affects the standings. I would say that Peter's on his way to catching Bryan Surprise. Now he only needs 8 points in his next string match. Let me find out who he's bowling. Peter, who are you bowling in your next match?
I got a match with Hero tomorrow.
Here? Oh, obviously it's spare time. Yeah. Okay, so Peter's bowling Matt Tapiro tomorrow at spare time, which is the home host of both the bowlers. So Peter just needs to take 8. And in order to take 8, all you have to do is win 2 strings in total. That's the way to take 8. Otherwise, you got to win. It's either 8 or 10. It's no in between. It's hard to take whatever I'm trying to say. Anyway, that's it from Ryan's Buzzards Bay. This is Paul Newman for the ACST. Thanking you for joining us, and we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.